So I'm up here on the mesa above Homestead 1 here in Skinwalker Ranch. And Homestead 1 is where the command center's at. It's where the helipad's at. And I'm trying to stay shielded from the wind. The wind's blowing really hard right now, so I'm trying to duck down a little bit. But I wanted to speak to a question that we have, and it's one that I get all the time. And that is, do the things that happen on Skinwalker Ranch happen other places in the Uintah Basin, or is it just the ranch? So I know that there are UFO sightings all across the basin, and there's a lot of strange things that occur in the entire Uintah Basin. However, there's some things that just seem to be specific to the ranch. And one incident that happened, I think, that lends proof to this is the fact that if you're watching the episodes, I can't remember which episode it is on our season 2 series, but we start experiencing a elevated RF, I guess, radio frequencies. And if you watch the show, you'll see that I say my head's starting to hurt me. And what started to happen was I felt like kind of like when your limbs go to sleep and you feel that pins and needles sensation. It's what I felt. I felt like maybe ants were crawling around my head. It's kind of a pins and needles. And then while I was standing there and I'm having this pins and needles sensation, then my head started to throb a little bit. And it's at this point that you see in the show that I leave the ranch, and that all happened exactly like you see on TV. I left the ranch really quick. Now the interesting thing is, and this goes back to the question, does things happen off the ranch? I got in the Jeep and I left, and I'm going to turn the camera around, but there's Homestead 1 down there in the trees. You kind of see down, there's the silo that Travis went into in the Jeep. I jumped in it and I drove down the road, and I'm going to see, try not to get out in the wind a little too much. But the road goes way down there. Oops, gotta focus. And then it curves around. Now I'm gonna drive down that road real quick and tell you exactly how long it is. The reason why that's important is that the road meets up with the main road. I don't know, it's probably like maybe 1.5 miles or 2 miles down there. But as I got to the main road, the sensation, the pins and needles sensation that I was feeling went away. So I'm going to walk down the mesa and get in the car, and then I'll turn this back on, and then I'm going to take you down all the way down that road and show you just how far. And the reason that that's interesting is we know, because of the timing, I was the team was calling me in between, making sure I was okay. So when I got out to the main road, they were still seeing the signals here on the ranch. And matter of fact, when I was out at the main road, Travis started having his episodes that you see on TV, where he started to have some cognitive problems. So that would suggest that, at least for that episode with these spikes, that those are centered largely here at the ranch, which then begs the question, why in this specific location are we seeing those high signals? But anyways, it lends a little bit more to the story, and I know for those that are really diving into the science, there's something for you. I'm going to go measure. We're going to drive down the road together, and then we'll measure how long it is, and that'll give you an idea. But that is one specific time where we know that the ranch was having a phenomenon take place here that was affecting Travis, and I stopped feeling it when I got out to the main road. And then I just traveled down to the Ute Tribal Plaza, which has a grocery store. It's just a couple miles away, and that's where I stayed until the ranch team called me and told me it was safe to come back. So I'm going to pause this, and then we'll pick it up again in the vehicle. Okay, so we're leaving the driveway of the ranch, and I was driving pretty quick, but I just want you to get a feel for just the distance. And there's the hill that I was up on right there. And distance here. Security's letting us out. So, as I was driving up this road, the pins and needles started to lessen. They didn't go away all at once. It just kind of gently started going away. But it wasn't until I got up near the end of this road that it really started to go away to where I noticed it. So you can tell it's a ways up here. I'll be able to tell you exactly how far it is here in a second. But and this whole ridge right here is known as Skinwalker Ridge. But you have to be careful because some of this is the tribal ground, and so if you trespass on it, it's a federal trespassing charge. So you don't want people walking across this. But you come up this road, and about right here is where I first started to feel like the tingling sensation was going away. Now, when I got down to the grocery store, the pins and needles, or that tingly sensation all over my scalp, was done, but the headache persisted, and I can't remember how long exactly I had the headache, but it lasted for some time after. But I was down at the grocery store here in Fort Duchesne for probably about 45 minutes before I got the phone call telling me that it was safe to come back. So here's the stop sign, and this is the main road that runs. So this road we're turning on is the one that runs north and south, and I'm gonna stop filming right here because I'm not gonna get on the main road while I'm filming. But yeah, so that tells me, and it tells the rest of our team, that while the sensations, or not while the sensation, but the sensations that day, the phenomena that we were experiencing there at the ranch was local to the ranch. It wasn't happening out here away from the ranch. I mean, it looks like I've traveled, what would that be, about a mile? And they went away. So while the basin definitely has a lot of activity going on basin-wide, UFO sightings, there's been mutilations in other places besides the ranch, and they went away. So while the basin definitely has a lot of activity going on basin-wide, UFO sightings, there's been mutilations in other places besides the ranch, but a lot of the phenomena that taking place on the ranch seems to be centered and epicentered right here on Skinwalker Ranch. And so the question we have to answer is why? What's so special about the ranch that, you know, it's only happening there, right? So thanks for watching, and hopefully this answers some more questions. People out there, if you have questions, ask me, because I'm going to try to do some more videos where I can answer people's questions. I have to be careful that I don't give any spoilers or ruin anything in the upcoming series. But if there's if there's questions about series in the past that I can answer and I get them repeatedly, then I'll take some time and answer them. Thanks.